Emiko has been hiding certain parts of her past.
And all we really know is what she's told us.
Your sister is not the hero that you think she is.
What is up, Vigilantes? Welcome to another Arrow Season 7 trailer breakdown. Now that was a very interesting trailer. We're finally getting back into the nitty-gritty details of Emiko Queen, because as we know in recent episodes, we learned that Emiko is working with Dante, kind of, if you will, the season's overarching villain. And this, not saying that last episode was bad, because obviously it was a very interesting episode. They wanted to explore Star City 2040 in the whole episode, but now we're going back to the present day, and as of recent episodes, as I just said, Emiko was like, oh, he trusts me now, obviously referring to Oliver. So things are getting back to the present day storyline, and it's just making me think, man, what is going to happen? And it just makes me think upon more reflection as well. Like, this season's been very good. Like, we're not at the tail end of the season, but unless I'm mistaken, next episode is episode 17. So you can kind of think now, oh, this season's been pretty awesome. Last season was good, kind of, but like, this season's better for me in my mind. I guess I'm saying that because, it's making me reflect upon the current storyline that we have. Sure, we have the flash forward scenes. We've just had a whole big dose of that. But I'm ready to dive back in now to whatever the heck is going to go on between Oliver and Emiko Queen. And what this trailer just shows really is, teasing enough for me to be excited about next week's episode and to finding out what Oliver's reaction is going to be. We've obviously got the drama kind of between Emiko and Laurel. Like, Laurel knows what she's kind of up to in a way, and Emiko's like, well, screw you, Black Siren. And it looks like that might come to a little kind of close in this episode, at least with Laurel, just by judging what the synopsis said. So before going on even more about the specificness of the trailer and breaking it down kind of frame by frame, let's talk about the synopsis so it kind of gives us even more context as to what is happening in the episode itself. Laurel teams up with Oliver. So Laurel learns about some damaging information that affects Emiko. Always looking to protect his sister, Oliver invites Laurel to help investigate, which makes Felicity happy as her friend is now working with the team. However, when things go awry, Felicity is forced to make a choice between the team and Laurel. So that last bit is very interesting because it makes me think, well, first of all, it says Laurel learns something damaging, learns some damaging information that affects Emiko. Now, that kind of makes me think that Laurel doesn't tell Oliver everything she knows, because Oliver is immediately in the synopsis here saying like, oh, Oliver always looking, to protect his sister, helps, invites Laurel to investigate. So that makes me think that what Laurel tells Oliver, it could be the Dante stuff. And this could Oliver still be overlooking that and immediately forgiving, and it's just thinking, okay, whatever, we'll talk about that afterwards, but we need to get you out of this. And maybe that's the approach he's taking. Either that, or Laurel's told him some stuff, and Oliver's just going to learn about it as he investigates, and Laurel might know that, hoping that something along this investigation unravels itself about Emiko that will tell Oliver for sure that things certainly aren't right with Emiko. For example, working with Dante, as I said, that line she said to Dante towards the end of that episode a couple episodes back, oh, he trusts me now. It's like, what is the big game plan there? But then again, right at the end of the synopsis, it says, however, when things go awry, Felicity is forced to make a choice between the team and Laurel. So obviously something happens with the team, and I hope it's not this predictable. Like, for example, Emiko could tell that Laurel's on top of her or whatever, and then she says something that makes Oliver and Team Arrow question Laurel, but we all know, the audience knows, that Laurel is right with her suspicions on Emiko. So this might be where things go awry. Felicity is then, as we know, quite friendly with Laurel now. They're freaking, Laurel's getting groceries for her and stuff like that a couple episodes back. So she's now thinking, oh, do I support Laurel and whatever she's saying, or the team? So I think something like that might happen this episode. Most certainly that's what the synopsis kind of is pointing towards. But my speculations are just speculations. They might not be 100% right. And that would be a shame. Maybe Emiko will really have Team Arrow wrapped around their finger. And this is just the beginning episode where Oliver knows something is up, but he won't ever find, well, he will find out, but he won't find out this episode, the true nature of Emiko Queen, his sister, working with Dante, and it could backfire in Black Siren. So the trailer starts off with Oliver saying, well, Emiko's been hiding certain parts of her past, and I think what else we hear is like, well, all we know is what she's told us. Like, we don't really know anything else about this badass, sister of Oliver Queen, who's just come out of nowhere, who essentially is as badass with her skills as a Green Arrow, like. But there is more to her, and obviously we know that she's working with freaking Dante. Now, at the same time as this voiceover, we see Emiko like walking out of this place. God knows where that specifically is. Could be the place where like a little, freaking search board is up about her mother. And then she's like looks behind her. So I'm wondering like who she's looking at. One thing I will say about Emiko in this trailer is that she looks sinister throughout it. Like we've got this like little zooming out scene here where she's like looking at somebody. Can't tell who it is. Could be Dante. And she sat down, and for all we know, this could be like Dante, like giving her the next kind of idea of what the plan is. I mean, after all, the last lines we heard from Dante were of him going right up to Emiko and saying it's time for you to come home. So maybe this place as well is a place where she can hang out, or it's a place with Dante's as well. We have to just wait and see for this episode. Now, this shot is very intriguing to me. We see this van like going down this alleyway. As I said, the next scene could be Emiko waiting for whatever's going to happen with this van. Maybe it's a part of some kind of plan. But the main thing we're getting out of this is that like a different outfit that she's wearing. I could be wrong, but that looks just like a different outfit than the typical copycat Green Arrow outfit that she uses now. I can't really make out much of it. And this could just be her with her hood down. But then again, it doesn't even look like she has a hood attached to that thing. I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you think this is a different outfit as well? I feel like she's got more makeup on as well than what we really usually see. So I'm wondering if this is like the kind of Dante's version of Emiko that she really is deep down. I mean, throw away the copycat Green Arrow persona for a second, and then this is who Emiko is after we found out who she is working with. That is Dante, and she just goes around looking like this. But then again, I could be stupid Boba, and it'd be like, Boba, she's wearing the exact same costume. But then again, I don't know if it is, guys. I don't know if it is. Looks different to me. Just going off of it, like the little quiver bit at the back as well as that kind of like silverly trimmed bit at the top. I'm pretty sure Emiko's quiver doesn't have that, as well as like these little lines going down the side of the shoulders there. I feel like that's not on the copycat Green Arrow suit, but this could just be me being dumb. But like, let me know what you guys think there. I mean, I know obviously in the comics, Emiko is like, obviously she's had the persona of the Green Arrow and also Red Arrow and stuff like that. So it could be cool if they were giving her that other kind of suit and identity, but obviously manipulated different for TV, because we all know they don't really copy and paste from the comics. It's open to new iterations. But anyway, this arrow we see here, and I think that's a security guard looking at whoever's dead there. It could be a security guard who's dead on the floor as well. So who knows really what Emiko is up to this episode. But we see Oliver looking down, quite shocked, or like looking at something quite concerned. So it'd be pretty neat, I think, if he just witnessed Emiko like this whole time. After what Laurel tipped him off about, he spied on Emiko that whole time. She went and did something in that new outfit and everything, killed this guy maybe, and like Oliver just witnessed it all. Maybe you would argue that he would have interrupted that though, and would have stopped her from killing the guy. But maybe this is still him witnessing something that Emiko is doing, and it's like, oh crap. But this is the thing with trailers like this that really show barely 13 seconds of footage for next week's episode. All we can do is speculate and think about what could be going on top of obviously the context of the episode with the synopsis. Either way, I'm just looking forward to seeing what Emiko is going to bring with her relationship with Dante. I am really intrigued as to see if she's got a new costume, and that's what it could be in that backpack that she's wearing out of that building in the first couple of scenes of this trailer. But also for next week's episode, I'm interested to see what goes awry in Team Arrow, and why Felicity needs to choose between her friend and Team Arrow, because I think if she chooses Team Arrow, that could send Black Siren off on a very bad path. So this is what makes me believe that maybe Felicity's gonna be like, no, screw you guys, I'm with Laurel. If she's saying this or something like that, then maybe it's true, and that's when maybe the rest of Team Arrow might listen to her. We're gonna have to wait and see, as I keep saying, but I hope that they don't drag this out. I think that they should have Oliver learn something very definitive by the end of this episode. But maybe, as I said this at the beginning, maybe he does learn everything, but he just wants to help out you know, Emiko with the whole Dante problem that she's in. Maybe he views it as she's in too deep with something and she can't get out. And we still have to learn if what she really has going on with Dante here is just like like what I just said, she's gone too deep in something and she can't really get out, or is it as what Dante said, like she has quite a home with him and his organization, because he did say, you know, you need to come home or whatever. And the way he was looking at her as well was like very fondly, you know, kind of relationship there. So, you know, it makes me think there is a lot more maybe fatherly, daughterly, or whatever relationship that's going on between those two, rather than her just being too deep involved in something with Dante and now she can't get out. But we're gonna have to wait and see, guys. So let me know what you're excited about with next week's episode down in the comments below. Arrow 7 season 7 episode 17. It's so crazy we're this far into it now, and you know, we're ending next year on season 8, 10 episodes. It's really, really crazy. But as always, everyone, if you missed out on my review for episode 16 of Arrow with the whole flash forward episode, check that out in the cards above. Like this video as always if you did enjoy it. Subscribe with notifications on if you are watching these videos and you want to see more of them and never miss out on a single one. Links as always in the description down below to other places to follow me, like social media on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, obviously. But I'm going to say goodbye now. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And I'll see you vigilantes in the next video. Goodbye.